Alright, just making a quick video. Got my SoundCube voltmeter in the mail. I want to say about the middle of the week. It's already done installed. It's already adjusted to the voltage of the car. Um, Now I know I had a video of the wiring underneath the hood of the car and the trunk and all that, but I believe I removed it from YouTube. I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm just gonna take and do it really quick, just to show you guys it really quick. So there we go. Here's my wiring. All dual 0 gauge ground alternator, dual grounds, dual power into the battery, all dual going back. All 0 gauge, all dual 0 gauge. And yes, I'm pretty sure you can see I am running fuseless. I do not run fuses whatsoever. Heard people saying before only idiots do that, this and that. It's a good way to burn up your ride. And okay, well, whatever. I'm fuseless, running fuseless with no problems whatsoever since the build has actually been done. I've been running fuseless. Yes, I got the strut back in the car, or back in for the hood or the rear trunk lid. Still making a noise. Tried it. I even put it in upside down, figuring that may help. Doesn't do nothing. So whatever. I'm stuck living with it. But here's the wiring in the back of the car. My dual 0 gauge coming into my batteries. My batteries, 8 100 amp hour batteries. Batteries are UB 121,000, 800 amp hours, 100 amp hours per battery. And there's my amp Soundstream X3 times 14K, 14,300 watts, RMS Class D monoblock. And the amp is running coverless. Did coverless before, or went coverless with it because before I had it wired down to 1/2 ohm, and well, that was to help with heat. And the trunk is just getting so hot, the amp was just getting too hot, even with the lid up from underneath being off of it, and my voltages was running lower. So I ended up going back to 2 ohms. That's where I'm sitting at right now. That's pretty much on the amp. And oh yeah, the amp isn't the plans for the Eclipse. They're not over with yet. Not gonna be changing the system up really much at all. This Soundstream amp is coming out. It's getting switched out for the Genius 10K, which is gonna be in place of this. It's a little bit of a bigger amp, way more power. This amp, actually, believe it or not, already sold. The guy I'm selling it to is actually being cool enough to let me hang on to it till I get my new amp, which will probably in about a month and a half when I get it. It's a dual 0 gauge in. Let's see if I can get it. Coverless, as I said. No problems at all with it. No problems at all with the amp. And yes, as you guys can also see, my dealer, which is the founder of Team Genius, finally got around to hooking me up with some Genius stickers. So now I have Genius stickers, decals on my car. So it's a lot easier to say Team Genius when I've actually got the decals on the car. So Team Genius here with the Orion decals as well. Orion subs. That's pretty much that. Let me just close the hood and we'll step inside the car. And I said there's my voltmeter. Now I can actually show you it now that it's laid out. Got it wired right into the exact same spot that my voltmeter here is wired into. Positive into the positive accessory outlet, as well as negative into the emergency brake shaft. It works. As you can see, they're both dead on. Now, like I said before, this meter is by SoundCube. It is adjustable. I will say it. This voltage meter right here, which is nothing fancy, you can buy at a hardware store or an automotive store. It's got the same reaction time as the Stinger voltmeter. SoundCube voltmeter right here is 60 readings per second, the twin to the Stinger, except it's faster on response, and I'll actually show that right now. Now I can actually say I could prove the point on that, or prove that. So I'll prove that really quick. Yeah, I don't think I really have to keep that on that long for you to see a difference in that. Like I said, this meter, oh, figures, car stalled out. Well, it's whatever. Damn vacuum leak on this car really hurts it a lot, especially on the gas mileage. So let's start her back up. There. There we go. But either or, okay, that's done. I proved that point, so now let's shut this meter off. Can't say my videos aren't raw and uncut. There, that's back in. You all already know my subs. I'm not even gonna bother talking about those. But that's really about it. Got the voltmeter in. Figured I'd show you since I believe I took the video down of the wiring of the system. Figured I would add that in here as well. The amp will be getting switched out in about a month and a half. The Genius 10K. And as well as all those batteries are getting switched out. The car's gonna be getting switched over to Limitless Lithium. 25 amp hours. I want to take and get I want to say 6 of them. Either or. What I intend to take and do is when I get the Genius amp, I'm gonna put it in the car, wire it down to 1/2 ohm, and just keep on adding the Limitless Lithium batteries till I have enough to support the Genius amp to 1/2 ohm. Then once I do that, I know I gotta double up on the amount of batteries it takes to support one, because the next build I'm gonna be running 2 of the Genius 10Ks at 1/2 ohm. That's pretty much that on that. So I'm already getting a jump start on the power that I'm gonna need and the amps and all that for the next build, which I got about a year before the show Import Face Off comes back to Albany, New York. So I'm not worried time wise on that at all. Again, this is Team Genius coming at you. My dealer, which is the founder of Team Genius, was finally able to hook me up with some decals. That's about that. Oh, me and my dealer, we were talking earlier today when I went to his place about our next builds for next year's show. And me personally, speaking on behalf of Team Genius, any of the teams that are in the Albany, New York area, or any of the teams that go to Import Face Off for the sound competition, give you guys all a heads up. You guys better be coming with something quite powerful, because me and my dealer next year when we go to the show, we plan on owning the show. We're going to be showing up big and with a shit ton of power. Hell, we went to the show this year and only 2 of us actually competed, and every class that we entered in, we took home first place in. Like I said, next year, anybody shows up to the audio competition, Import Face Off, you better be bringing something pretty big, pretty powerful, because me and my dealer, we've already been discussing it, I highly doubt, which I actually more than likely will not put up build videos of the next build, is I don't want to give anybody a heads up on what's going on. My plans on the next build keep on changing. The only thing that really hasn't changed much at all is the equipment wise, which that may change. I'm still up in the air on a few different things. Other than that, again, a little teaser for everybody. That goes to Import Face Off. I'll be in New York. Team Genius, speaking on behalf of Team Genius here, both me and my dealer want to come out and say, you show up to Import Face Off next year, you better be bringing something big and powerful, because we plan on owning the show. And if you're gonna take and beat us, you better be coming with something pretty serious. That's a promise. That's that. Like I said, Team Genius here on the East Coast. Team Genius out. Bye.